All right.
We're live. We are alive. Barely.
Yeah.
Although I got some Baja Blast, so
nice.
good.
I put together a drink at work. I liked a lot. It's got red grape, ruby red grape. It's Diet Diet Mountain Dew with ruby red grapefruit and blood orange.
Wow. Okay. How is it? Does it work?
Good. Yeah, Jenna said it tastes like a snow cone.
Because I can see those flavors with like Sprite, Dr. Pepper. I'm like,
no. I'm sorry. I said Mountain Dew. Diet Mountain Dew. My bad.
Mountain Dew.
Mixed up. Yep. Diet Mountain Dew.
That makes more sense. Citrus on citrus on citrus.
Oh yeah, it fucking works.
Yeah. No, I mean, I love blood orange in drinks. I don't know why, I just love it, and
it takes over sometimes. I feel like you can put it with, at least when I make drinks with it, I can take like 3 other pumps of other things, and all I taste is blood orange. But with the ruby red grapefruit, that shit's strong enough to like counteract it, and it just ends up being pretty tart and tasty. It's yummy.
And I love grapefruit. I think I've told you it's one of my favorite candy flavors.
Oh yeah,
grapefruit candy is like top notch.
Bring it sour. I want it sour.
Great actual grapefruit.
Yeah,
not a huge fan. Grapefruit candy, absolutely love.
I'm there for it. Yeah, burn my mouth off. Right. Okay, we got intro news. You think we're good?
Yeah. Okay. Whenever you're ready.
Yep. Dude, the time has finally arrived.
Yeah, big time. Sorry, I couldn't help it. Like Karen from The Office. You don't remember that part?
No, I guess I don't.
It's she starts to go into a Jamaican accent, and that's exactly what she says.
Yeah, big time.
Okay, sorry. Okay, go ahead.
All right, dude. The time's finally arrived.
Yeah, big time.
Big moment.
Oh, totally the biggest.
People are going to be so stoked.
Dude, I can't wait.
Can't wait to hear your top 10.
Oh, wait. Oh, my top 10? That was due today?
What the hell do you think we were talking about?
I don't know. Honestly, I was just going along with the vibe. Okay, hold on. I just got to write some down real quick.
You've just logged into the 3-Bit Gamer Show. Welcome to the 3-Bit Gamer Show. I'm JD.
And this is Peterson. Hold on.
Peterson, quit writing your list.
No.
You should have it done by now.
No.
You can't do it this late.
Just a couple more. Just a couple more. I just like I was almost there. I had 4 of the 10.
You can't cram on this. You're like, what's a game? Just name any game. Mario, Tetris. I don't fucking know. Just start writing shit down.
One of my top 10 is Mario.
Just Mario.
What Mario? And you're like,
just all of it.
Hold on, let me Google Mario.
I guess I celebrate his entire catalog.
I really kind of lump it all together as one thing. I can't like separate it in my mind, you know.
I guess I just kind of love them all. Live from the 3-Bit Gamer Show. The news. All right. Our news this week is brought to us by Crave Cookies. Crave Cookies. Jump onto cravecookies.com. You can check it out. You're like, what is it? At this point, you don't know still?
Did you just start listening?
What? Yeah, it's a cookie shop, guys. You go there and you buy cookies. You stuff them in your mouth until you can no longer stuff cookies in your mouth.
Yeah, the way to eat
I have found is never.
You got to gag just a little bit, like we've put so much in there.
But I got this. Grab yourself a toilet brush and just shove it down your fucking throat.
Honestly, it's the only way I eat anything these days. I just shove it down with a plunger.
Crave Cookies has a new menu every Friday. They drop 4 or 5 new cookies. But this podcast goes up on Tuesday, and we tell you what's coming up next. So, coming up next week, people are going to be stoked about this one. The Flintstone.
Yeah, one of the OG.
Gotta have it. The Dubai chocolate is still on the menu.
It's good, guys. Honestly, get it before this month is up. It's good.
And you know what? For once, a kind of complicated monthly stuffed cookie, I don't mind making. I found a way to speed it up quite a bit, make it a lot faster. So yeah, you guys keep buying this like crazy. I got it. Keep making it.
It's good.
Biscuit-doodle. You guys like Biscoff? You like cookie butter?
You like doodling?
You like doodling? I have over 150 pounds of cookie butter in my store because I ordered like a 28-pound tub and they sent it to me and it was broken. So they sent me a replacement that was also broken. And so they finally got it right on the 4th try.
What? So you just have tons?
I got like 50, 60 pounds of free Biscoff.
Okay, wait. Just hear me out. What if we take it to your house, put it in the bathtub, and we take turns just
take turns. Don't elaborate on that. We've also got the cookies and milk, which is the
I like that one a lot.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's got kind of like the vibe inside. It's like a stuffed dough. It's like a cream cheese. It's kind of supposed to resemble eating cookies and milk without having to dip your cookies in milk. And it's got it's dipped in chocolate and melted chocolate and then covered in cookie crisp. It's dope. And then finally the cupcake. It's just the cold cookie, just the simple cold cookie, but it's got non-frelly sprinkles, which are pretty tasty. So go to cravecookies.com. Get the app. The Crave Cookies app is legit. Trent pretty much built the whole thing himself.
Yeah.
So it's pretty dope. And get your cookie on. Sony is considering jacking up prices to account for future tariffs. Note, I didn't say jacking up prices on the PlayStation 5 because it's just like everything.
Just like all of it.
Oh, they said they have 3 months of PlayStation 5s stockpiled in the US, which honestly does not sound like that much. 3 months doesn't sound like much. But even though they've got those 3 months of runway, which kind of lines up with the quote-unquote 90-day pause on these tariffs, which is like, wait, what? Nothing is... I'm not even bothering.
Knows what's happening
to comment on it, right? Because it's just such fucking bullshit nonsense. And there's no adults in the room to stop it.
No, so not at all. Just a bunch of
just doing
Never mind.
Doesn't make fucking sense. Yeah, that's how I keep feeling. Just never mind.
I have all of these things I want to say. I'm just not gonna say any
whatever.
This just in. Several truckloads of the 3-month supply of PlayStations just got jacked by a giant hairless man in a
Honda Civic, in a black Honda Civic. That's so wild. So even though they've got those, Dominic Toretto's out there with his family reducing the stores, and they're evaluating whether to pass on additional cost to consumers. So these tariffs haven't even really. The idea here is that even before they hit, all these companies are planning to jack up prices, even if it doesn't directly. It's directly because just planning ahead. And then this one was fucking crazy. I had to go back and double check it twice because I was like, is that really what he said? Hiroki Totoki, Sony's only remaining employee, is considering producing the PlayStation 5 in the United States. He's saying it needs to be considered going forward. I just got to say that again. They are considering producing the PlayStation 5 in the United States. So a PS5 is going to cost $9,000.
Yeah.
What? How? What?
That doesn't help. I know some people are like, away. Good. That's what we want. We need manufacturing to come back to the U.S.
Yeah, it'll be $9,000 and it'll run on coal. And I don't mean coal power, but a piece of coal in it. It rolls coal because the factory in America decided that was cool.
Also, that factory is not going to be up and running until 2032 because you can't just whip up a factory real quick. That's not the way it works.
Yeah, how can you just make the PlayStation? Are you never going to make the PlayStation 6? The PlayStation 6 will be through the end of its life cycle by the time you build a new console fabrication laboratory here in the United States. It's just not going to fucking happen.
Honestly, I think Microsoft is hoping that the world collapses before the PlayStation 6 comes out.
Yeah, that's like their
okay,
economic plan, dude. That's how I've been spending. Credit card bill, like 6 figures. It's just like it doesn't matter. We're up against it, folks. Live it up.
We're to the point where if there's not an EMP right over Chase Bank, JD is going to make that happen himself.
Yeah,
because
I'll just do it. I'll just take care of it. You guys saw the end of Fight Club. They're also looking at jacking up prices on other electronics to ease the strain on the gaming division. So it doesn't matter, dude. Everything's going up. And this is the reason I posted this story, and the reason this is our lead is I just wanted everyone to understand, or to see, I should say, a very real example of the run-on effects of these tariffs, that they may not be directly impacting things, but everything's going to go up in price just across the board, which is, again, perfect because no one has gotten a raise in the last 10 years. Prices have just gone up, and rent is now $5,000 a month.
I'm just gonna say this, and this is what, because I know a lot of hardcore Republicans who are like, no, you got to break the thing before you can fix the thing. when the prices go up, companies,
me talking to Jenna about the sprinkling system that's spraying water everywhere. I'm like, babe, look.
Yeah.
Hold on. She's like, are you gonna turn the water off?
Go get the sledgehammer.
Babe, look. You gotta break it first to know where the water's coming out, babe.
Here's the thing, though. When prices go up, when a company raises their prices, they don't put them back down.
No,
they don't bring them back down. We've seen this with food across the board. Mm-hmm. We're like, oh, inflation, like things are pretty bad. Like the prices go up. They don't bring it back down, you guys. This is it.
They're going to cost $9,000 now. You have to take out a fucking loan.
They'll bring it down $80. They're going to raise it up $400. They're going to bring it down
get
$80.
An affirm payment plan to help finance your rental of your PlayStation 5 from Diamond Rent-A-Center for the weekend.
Diamond Rent-A-Center.
Dude, 13 small payments of $9.99.
Oh, you want to play PlayStation this weekend?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. It's going to cost you $45 per hour, and then does that
$13 after every subsequent hour? But it does go up after your second day with the PlayStation, because the Rent-A-Center only has the one, and it's always booked.
Oh, yeah, dude, it's 2 years out. It's booked 2 years. It's like getting a Brandon Sanderson book at the library right after a release. Yeah. You're not gonna get it. You're not gonna get it.
Why don't you just buy your own? You're like, what do I look like, a Rockefeller? A former Bungie developer said Marathon leadership was extremely toxic and humiliating to work with. This has not been a great week for Bungie. No. I would say a couple things that we'll just go over. This was like the top thing, but there's also other things. Very briefly, this was a dev identified as Spirited, posting on Blue Sky, who said, quote, as a former Bungie employee who worked on Marathon, I feel for those still at the studio. Working with engineering and Marathon leadership was extremely toxic and humiliating. I won't speak about the rest, but Bungie leadership needs to be gutted completely. That seems pretty definitive.
Vote of confidence. That's what I'm reading.
That's what I want my employees to how I want them to talk about my leadership.
Yeah,
there's like nothing salvageable about it. Lots of this article went on. There's a lot of former employees that have been pretty open about their miserable experiences with the studio. And then in an article from Paul Tossi, who was writing in Forbes, he talked to developers at Bungie who say that their morale in the studio is in free fall across all departments, and the quote, the vibes have never been worse. Bad vibes.
Crazy.
Yeah. So a couple of things that were highlighted from this this Forbes article. At the start of this month, Bungie pulled the plug on its main Marathon marketing plan, which is going to be like a new trailer in June, pre-order launch, all this stuff. So they're like, that's up in the air. A heavily marketed public beta in August may actually change into a, quote, roadmap of public play tests. No detail. They haven't done anything yet.
That doesn't sound like a roadmap. A roadmap seems like you should have
up in the
pretty
air.
thorough details.
Yeah. No, they're just like, we'll figure it out. And they were
what roadmap is this?
Apparently this game, Marathon, if you guys aren't familiar, it's Bungie's latest extraction shooter, a 2025 extraction shooter. The only thing worse than this would be if it were a MOBA. They said they originally pitched this game. It was pitched by higher up good old boy Bungie leadership 5 years ago. As early as 5 years ago, devs were telling them things that would and would not work, and they were just ignored. So it sounds like this was just kind of like forced through by like incompetent leaders that didn't know what the fuck they were doing and weren't listening to the people on the ground actually making the game. And then guess what? The game came out and it fucking sucked.
That never happens.
So all of this is happening, and I would say I don't know. It seems like this is actually the bigger thing, is that a game artist going by the name Anti-Real came out and showed that Marathon ripped off her 2017 designs for the alpha of the game. Bungie admitted it. They're like, "Oh yeah, we stole those. Oops." They blamed it on a artist that is no longer with them, which is always my favorite, most convenient move. Like, oh, that wasn't us.
It's like, no. She's no longer with us. She's dead.
Yeah.
So not liable. No, she's not dead. I don't think that's true at all because she's been posting about this. But this artist made all of these like designs, like you said, in 2017.
Like they were like poster designs.
Yeah.
And they just yoinked them.
All of them. Like shamelessly. This is pretty shameless if you look at it. It's pretty bad.
So this whole game is just like such a fucking disaster.
Why does Bungie keep doing this too? This is not the first time Bungie has been in trouble for stealing art and just like using it. We were talking about this the other night and we were trying to figure out how something like this happens. Like, I think they just used the sheet of it just to have for like the alpha to be like, let's just use this as a template so we can get other stuff moving. And then it just became the game because the symbolism that she uses in her 2017 art is throughout the game.
Well, dude, and you look at the turnover of these studios, you could easily have had someone put that in there as a placeholder, and then they get laid off. And there's no reason for that person to communicate that, oh, there's a bunch of placeholder art that is probably copyrighted or we didn't get rights.
We don't own it. Yeah.
We probably shouldn't put that in there because he's out, I don't know, looking for a new job or working at a cookie shop or something. He's like, no, fuck that industry. Meanwhile, yeah, this stuff's slipping into the game because it's like such a long, drawn out production cycle. What a mess. What a fucking mess, dude. I don't know, dude. Between this and the Bungie's going tits up, Ubisoft we'll get into later is not looking great. Microsoft's in a mess. Like it is so crazy. And I was reading, and this is kind of a bit of a tangent. An article that was talking this week. I can't even remember where it was posted. It was discussing they called it the deprofessionalization of video games. I don't know about that terminology, but basically just kind of like talking to the fact that the games that are crushing it, the games that are like doing well, like Schedule 1, which has made like $50 million so far. Do you realize that was a solo dev?
Yeah. It's like a guy.
Just a guy made that. And so you look at these games and like we talk about it and have been talking about it for years and years and years, going back to like Stardew Valley and Streets of Rogue, like Matt Dabrowski, just talking about people, single devs making these games that are just hugely impactful and very profitable
and fun.
Like, is anyone gonna fucking catch on? And the idea here that the article was talking about is actually what we've been wishing for and saying, yeah, why don't these studios catch on or whatever, is that like it's actually bad news when they do, because then they're going to start being like, well, yeah, so one guy made Schedule 1, so we don't need anyone to make this game. Like we should just have. So it's ultimately going to lead to, this article contended that a reduction just across the board of jobs available in video games, and you either have to be like this auteur creator or just get like really lucky. Some famous streamer picks up your game on random off of Steam and it just blows up.
Yeah.
But man, I feel like the landscape of the game industry, we've seen these years of guttings, these years of layoffs, that's going to destroy like the veteran class of this entire industry. And what you're going to have left is this hollow shell of these AAA studios, and then indies, and like nothing else.
I've said this before, and the industry, I genuinely believe the industry got so big that it got taken over by business folks who are not passionate about video games, and it lost all of its passion. And you have business folks driving the business, poor project management, and the decisions are being made not by passion, but they're just following trends. And this is what happens.
Mm-hmm.
They tried to make a business out of video games, which it was, but they tried to turn it into a business, an industry. And that always destroys the soul of an industry. You see the same thing happen with music. That happened especially in like the early 2000s when it was all very, very, very produced. Yeah. And you're like, you lost a lot of soul in music. The people get a hold of it and they're like, there's money to be made here. We're going to manage this like you'd manage a production facility or something. And so they just they kind of take the passion out of an art form that thrives off passion, and this is what we get. So again, we're just kind of reaping what we sow a little bit. But thank goodness, honestly, thank goodness that the tools to make games exist, so we can play fun games by some guy.
Yeah, just some random guy.
That's where we're at. It's either that or GTA 6. That's like where we are.
No middle ground.
Don't try to middle ground it.
Yeah, either 1,000 people working for 10 years on a single game, or just one guy that just makes it in his garage
and he makes
with like a half a lawnmower, and you get schedule one, and you're like, actually, this game slaps too. Fuck.
Yeah. Oh man. I'm sorry to inform you. Welcome to another company reset. Hope you've updated your resume. You've just been laid off.
Love layoffs. Microsoft is laying off like
I love the song Hate the Layoffs. Let's
hate the layoffs. 6,000 people, about 3% of Microsoft's workforce.
I saw this one. This is
as of last June, Microsoft had 228,000 employees. They're going to cut 3% of them, which is about 6,000 people. Doesn't really get into the breakdown of the departments affected. But Satya Nadella was really nice. He said, these are not performance related. Because the last one they had like under a veil of like performance related things, which is like, I gotta say, like this is like kill your CEO stuff. Like I would be so furious if because it's like basically a black mark on your fucking LinkedIn. Because there's this big public news report, like all this press releases about, hey, we just fired a bunch of fuck ups, losers, and degenerates, and we're leaner and better as a company for it. And then anyone can just look at like, hey, it looks like you stopped working at Microsoft on the same month that this article came out.
Were you one of those?
You were one of those. Like to kick people when they're getting laid off, to kick them when they're down like that for no reason. Is so fucking insane.
Like, just say we're trying to improve the bottom line at that point. Just say
so they didn't say that about this one. These people were just fired to, I don't know, satiate some eldritch god that controls the stock market, apparently.
He's really fat too in my headcanon.
Just so many tentacles. EA is also pushing for full return to office, effectively ending remote hiring. I put this in here because I will continue to insist that return to office is just a soft layoff tactic. It has no real purpose, because I think any like remotely logical company would see the amount of money they spend having office space and the amount of savings they could take by eliminating that.
They don't care about that.
They don't care about that.
Yeah, I was talking to my dad about this yesterday because he is my dad's great, but he does have a little bit of that boomer mindset.
Yeah.
Of like, because this is who is driving this. At least what I've seen at my company is these managers, and it's managers of a certain age, they cannot handle that they are managing remote employees. It drives them crazy. They need to see their employees in the office working for them to believe that they're actually working. And my dad was like, yeah, but you hear like working from home and you picture like, you know, somebody sitting there with their TV on and they're doing other stuff. And I'm like, yes, because office workers don't work 40 hours a week. None of them do. Nobody puts in 40 hours. That's crazy. That's impossible. I don't even know what I would do. I would get my whole year's worth of work done if I did an actual 40 hours of work.
Oh,
like, that's how it feels.
Does
like
anyone actually work that much?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, there was no dip in productivity when everyone was everyone was virtual. They can't handle the thought of people might not actually be.
Which I feel like is just projection because they're like, yeah, if I was home, I wouldn't be doing shit. I just be watching the Masters and drinking a beer.
Yeah, no, and like that's the thing.
Just admit it.
They just can't handle it. And so it has not killed productivity in any industry that I've seen. I have not seen any clear examples of like, oh, we went to remote work and immediately just started losing money and productivity. That's not been the case. And yeah, so these companies that are like doing, like you said, return to office, it is a soft layoff. There is a group of people that are not, I've seen it with my peers. I know personally know people who got called back to the office and they left. They left the company.
And this one's pretty harsh. You have to be living within 30 miles of a studio. You're only going to get like 12 weeks notice. So that's like, I don't know. If you told me I had 3 months to move for my job, even across town,
I'd be like, oh, so I have 3 months to find another job.
I have 3 months to find another job. Like, there's the idea of moving in this economy is fucking nuts. Like, take a bath. If you own a house, I mean, if you're renting, whatever, you're gonna go just get fucking eaten alive wherever you're renting. But if you like own a house or anything like that, you just take a bath on that to like, and you're definitely moving for a job in a company that is proven by just laying off 300 people and laying off 670 people last year that you could move and get laid off in a week.
Yeah, they're not.
Don't even unpack a single box and you get laid off. So this is just call this a layoff. This Andrew Wilson, the CEO, said he announced this in an internal email, and he said that in-person work results in a quote kinetic energy that fuels creativity, innovation, and connection, often resulting in unexpected breakthroughs that lead to incredible experiences for our players. So you have this whole. So he's not even doing his job. He's just having ChatGPT do his write his fucking emails now. Dude, this is your only fucking job, and you're having fucking AI do it. Like everyone you work for can just run this through an AI thing and see that AI wrote this. Are you fucking stupid? What do you do? This is when we're talking about AI replacing actual like things that should be replaced, is replacing CEOs. Clearly, an AI can just do Andrew Wilson's job. Let's kill that guy and replace him with AI to save the company money. Come on.
No, this is like big savings.
It's all about the stock price.
Now you're really pleading you're speaking their language.
I'm looking out for shareholders. It cannot be considered a crime to advocate for murder. Assassin's Creed Shadows isn't. Oh wait, what do I have to introduce riblets? You guys don't know what riblets are? I'm so sorry. You're a first-time listener, and you're like, "What the fuck was that?"
I remember that commercial.
What? Did they just play the Chili's riblets commercial?
Applebee's,
and then they just moved on. It is Applebee's. Applebee's has riblets. Oh, you're right. Applebee's. That's funnier because Applebee's is like garbage, trash food. Riblets are news stories without much meat on the bone, not unlike a riblet. Assassin's Creed Shadows isn't going to be enough to save Ubisoft, to right the ship. They had this.
The only thing that can fix them is Saudi cash. That's the only thing.
That was like some weird stopgap that almost instantly didn't work. It was so weird. They just sold like a quarter of 3 of their games to the Saudis, and then they're like, huh. What did we do that for? They're like, I don't know, just some like clever accounting. Patrick gets it. So there's this brief dip in profitability last quarter when Assassin's Creed Shadow came out. Ubisoft is back once more in the red, and they don't have a ton of upcoming like amazing. They have like a Division game and like a Rainbow Six game, I think, coming out on phones, but they don't really have like any barn burners. They don't have anything really big.
Anything that's really going to carry them for a little while.
Yeah, it's not going to be great. Mm-hmm. So, Outlook's not great for Ubisoft. Outlook probably not great for the Saudis that invested for no reason, just gave them a bunch of cash. Do you think we could just make up lies and the Saudis would just give us a bunch of cash just in case? It seems like they're just like doing that, just in casing.
I will sell this podcast to the Saudis. Like, I'm okay with that.
I'll just dig another one. I don't fucking care. We'll call it the 2-Bit Gamer Show. It actually makes sense.
We have unlimited numbers we could do for the bit.
We do 4.
So
we could do the 5-Bit Gamer Show.
I can see that as a possibility.
What about the 6-Bit Gamer Show?
There's a very real chance for that.
What about the 7-Bit Gamer Show?
I could see that. Yeah. I like that we know what bit we're doing, and probably most people have no idea what's happening.
Like, what are they doing? Hideo Kojima says he left staff a USB stick of game ideas for after he dies. You guys,
this is my favorite. This is my favorite story of the whole thing
of the week. Hideo Kojima turned 60, got sick kind of bad one time during the pandemic, and his response was, he's like, oh shit, I gotta fill a USB stick with all
these
of my
ideas,
like a pensive in Harry Potter. I gotta take all my ideas out, put it in this USB stick, and then literally hand it to my secretary in case of my death. And then he was like, I slept like a fucking baby that night. He's like, no, I'm good. Which
people would pay for this USB stick right now? We need to see this.
Oh,
like,
God,
right
dude.
away.
No one could afford this fucking thing.
I want it.
Post Malone tries to buy this. No chance. No dice. He says, I gave this a USB stick with all my ideas on it to my personal assistant, kind of like a will. Perhaps they could continue to make things after I'm gone at Kojima Productions. This is a fear for me. What happens to Kojima Productions after I'm gone? I don't want them to just manage our existing IP. Okay. Now, here's where this loops around from funny to actually fucking awesome, because he understands that this company like revolves around him, and these people's careers and their lives revolve around his ideas. And he's like, I can't just like get sick and die. All those people will lose their jobs, and I certainly can't just have them keep updating Death Stranding. And so he's like, I'll just give him my ideas. Dude, this is like for an auteur kind of like, I don't know, this visionary figure who's founded this studio, to give them a way to operate in perpetuity. Because even if there's 10 ideas on this, that's like 50 years of fucking games. The way that this Kojima makes games. And they can still say these are Kojima games. These are his games that we're making still long after he gets hit by a bus tomorrow, and they are still making Kojima games in 2080, and they're still his ideas.
It'd be like if every 10 years or so they're like, hey, we found a new Hendrix song. Yes. And here you go.
Yes.
They could like really market it and be like, this is a Kojima original concept game. Here you go. And people there'll be buzz.
This blows my fucking mind. I'm trying to think of like like a real world example of something like this, and we just don't have one because I mean, I don't know. I don't know. This is
there has been some authors' works who like get
right, but that's
later.
like I have like a book idea that someone else can write. This is like I'm doing this so a whole company can continue to like produce my ideas. I keep thinking like a movie studio, but movie studios don't really operate like this.
No, they don't.
So this is the coolest fucking shit.
It's hilarious to me.
And
like
fucking hilarious.
I seriously want to know what's on that USB.
That USB drive has got to be. It's either like really disappointing because it's like a notepad document with like 30 lines of just like jargon
nonsense. You're like,
nonsense.
This means nothing to me.
Or it is like something that is
like
a holy Kojima, masterpiece of ideas.
Knowing Kojima, it is like thorough.
Mm-hmm.
Not like I know him, but like I imagine
it's like Da Vinci's notebook stuff.
Crazy thorough. Some of it is just going to be absolutely bonkers.
Look, like that's the example. It's fucking Leonardo da Vinci. We find it in 500 years, and we're like, this guy invented the helicopter.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
Yep.
This is crazy. This is so cool. This is my favorite news story we've run in a long time.
I agree. It's so fun.
We give this guy a lot of shit, having not played the game we mocked so relentlessly, Death Stranding.
Yeah.
It's like the butt of so many jokes on this podcast. Neither of us have even touched it.
But here's the thing. Kojima, while I do think he's bananas, like we saw Death Stranding 2 trailer is like actually crazy. However, when we talk about a lot of these companies losing their vision and their passion, Kojima is one of the ones. Maybe his vision is crazy,
right,
and absolutely nuts, but he has that, and some people love it. Some people eat it right up. So I'm okay with that. I'm gonna make fun of it. Yeah, I'm gonna make fun of it, but I gotta respect his game, right? Because he's actually doing it the way you would anticipate. If he didn't have a studio, he would be making some of his crazy games on his own. Him and like 3 guys. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, it's like that lunch that they had back in the 90s with the Pixar people and like Disney. And they literally had a single lunch and a single cocktail napkin. And they wrote down the fucking rough outline for Bugs Life, Monsters, Inc., Up. Like, I can't remember. Oh, The Incredibles. Like a handful of those early ones that came out that were so, like 4 of them. And they just, Finding Nemo. That was the other one. They just, in one fucking lunch, they just came up with that. So what has Kojima got in this fucking flash drive?
What's this USB?
Crazy.
Telling you, we're gonna have a Mission Impossible style heist to get our hands on this thing.
Yeah, like he's put that out in the ether. We know that exists, and you could probably find out who his personal assistant is in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh man, they better look out.
He didn't know what he did to them.
Yeah, I want that fucking drive.
Are we gonna go rob Kojima?
I have to learn Japanese.
All right, I guess I'll start.
Yeah.
I'll download what's it called?
Duolingo.
Yeah,
and in 8 years you'll be able to say hello. My name is John. That's kind of on the course that I'm on.
You think I could get there in 8 years?
Nice. I really do. With multiple daily practices. Sign up for Duolingo Plus. Kudos, our positivity segment. Peterson, what's your kudos? Oh, we got 2 kudos. I saw these. They were the one that I didn't buy, but tell me about them.
It was the one you didn't buy? Did you buy the other 2?
I got the Korean fried chicken and the...
What was the other one? Bacon grilled cheese.
Yes, bacon grilled cheese. I did not get the lime. What is Valencia?
Valentina. Valentina.
Like a place.
No.
Not a food.
Yeah, it's a hot sauce. Valentina is a hot sauce.
Yeah.
And it's a very mild hot sauce. It's not spicy. It's one of my favorites because it's very vinegary and not super spicy. So like you got like a taco or burrito or something, you're like, I'm just gonna throw some Valentina on this. It's not overwhelming. You're not gonna burn your face off. So Lay's comes out with these flavors JD mentioned, and then one of them is Valentina and lime. Again, I love Valentina, so I was like, I gotta get it. I'm not a big potato chip guy. I know that drives JD crazy, but like it's like I don't like them. I just get very tired of potato chips after just a small handful of chips because they're like oily, salty, and I don't like all the oil, so it starts to like wear on me a little bit. These ones, I couldn't stop eating them. I loved them so much. I was in a work meeting and I realized, oh, this has to be my kudos this week. I'm pouring it into my mouth. And the bag was like, it wasn't like empty, it was like half full when I was pouring them in.
That's like how I eat cereal. Nice. Like you can't get enough in your fucking mouth. I can relate to that,
so
dude.
Much.
Yeah.
I love these
just
chips.
Give me a funnel.
And
like a fucking leaf blower and just force feed it down my gullet. I can't get enough.
Dude, that's how I was with these chips. I seriously was like, I need to eat them all.
They're Ruffles or just Reggies?
Regular okay. Lays, not Ruffles. I would love it if they were Ruffles because the
Korean ones are Ruffles. The Korean
they were
fried chicken are Ruffles.
How were they?
Bacon ones are. They're okay. I wouldn't go as far as to say they're dope. They're like good.
That's usually what the flavors are like.
I think you should try them, but I don't think they're like gonna blow your mind.
This one is like my jam though. This is the flavor profile that I like for potato chips. Like if you remember the Pringles that I gave kudos to a while ago, they were a similar type of flavor.
Which ones were those again?
Oh, enchilada adobada or something like that.
Yeah.
These though, if you have a chance to pick these up, pick them up because these are temporary flavors. So yes, these Valentina and lime Lays are my jam. Check them out to see if they're your jam. I really, 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 really like them a lot.
Patrick on our YouTube says the Korean fried chicken chips are good with a creamy dip, but it's just okay. Ooh, I kind of like that. Yeah, I think with a good dip, they'd be dope. But then
those Ruffle chips are perfect for a dip too.
Though. Oh yeah,
that's like.
I was just kind of like a little like they bring a new flavor to the table, which I dig. But it just wasn't like it didn't get me over enough. I have Fudos.
Yeah.
For something I picked up in an airport. I was in Jacksonville, Florida last week. And I was flying out of the Jacksonville airport, which is tiny. Jacksonville is technically 2.5 million people. It's a huge metro area. That's why population is so large. The largest city in Florida. And their airport, dude, like you might as well just drive 2 hours south to Orlando. The airport is teeny tiny.
That's crazy.
But there is a sub shop in Jacksonville. It's on the beach, and there's another one, and then there's one in the airport. It's called Angie's Sub Shop. And there was one in the airport, and I stopped by, and honestly, guys, you should Google this menu, Angie's Sub Shop. You don't even need to write Jacksonville because it's like the only one. And their menu, every single sandwich on that menu I wanted to have. It was legitimately so hard to decide, but I eventually chose one because it had something called Peruvian sauce on it, and I was like, I don't know what that is. What is that? I want that. And I got the sandwich, and it blew my mind. The sandwich was fucking amazing, but the highlight was this Peruvian sauce.
What color was the sauce?
Like red, orange.
I'm looking at Peruvian gold sauce. Got it. Because typically I'd say Peruvian sauce is when you think that it's green. It's a green sauce.
Oh,
so Peruvian gold sauce.
Yeah, Peruvian gold sauce, and it's like I don't know, orange, gold, whatever.
Yep, that's the one.
It's like a mustardy kind of a vibe. I'd say it's a mustardy sauce, but it's got a way more complex flavor profile. In fact, Jenna and I made air fry chicken wings tonight for dinner, and we tossed them in this stuff, and it fucking slapped. But yeah, I got a bottle of this. I don't know why I'm teasing you guys with this shit because I don't even think you can buy it online. Maybe you can.
You can. Not this exact one, but there is Peruvian gold sauce that you can get.
If you see something like that, like check it out. Because if I see it again anywhere, like this brand or otherwise, I'm def getting it. But if you're in the Jacksonville airport, I don't know. Just go out of your way and get a bottle of this sauce. Because
I love sandwich places that have crazy names for their sandwiches, and this one absolutely has them.
Okay, read some of them because they're fucking amazing.
My wife kicked me out. That's the name of it.
Yep.
Dr. Bang's Scrippy. I don't even know what that means.
All I want to eat is the places that are like this.
Dr. Bang's Scrippy. The Big Doug Peterson. Sweet Teddy Tea. Like, I want to order a Sweet Teddy Tea. There's one just called Shane.
Shane is the one that I was almost ordered, except for the one I got. Read what's on the Shane.
Turkey, salami, bacon, homemade Del Rio, and it says ho-made.
Yeah,
not homemade. Homemade Del
like
Rio.
Homemade it.
Honey barbecue Fritos, provolone, and banana peppers.
Yeah, honey barbecue Fritos and banana peppers. Are you kidding me?
There's a lot of flavor on this sandwich,
dude. This place was fucking crazy. This is I was honestly sad to leave this place and know, like, I'm never going back to fucking Jacksonville, Florida.
Yeah.
But like, this place has my heart because this is what I want out of a fucking sub shop. I want, like you said, I want crazy names. I want a signature sauce that is unique from anything you've ever had before. Peruvian gold sauce.
Did you get the Peruvian sub? Is that what you got?
Yeah, the number one, like their main thing.
Genoa salami, bacon, Italian sausage, provolone, and Peruvian sauce.
I'm gonna always go with the signature at a sandwich shop.
You gotta go with it,
and then I'll branch out.
Yeah, I'm with you.
But honestly, like, I'll go out of my way. I'm book fucking flights with layovers in Jacksonville, like 8-hour layovers, so I can have 3 of these. I don't know. This is just what I want from a sub shop. I guess my kudos should have been to Angie's Subs in general, because so many people struggle with this. They call it like a turkey, ham, and bacon sub, and I'm like, okay, just go outside. Take a deep breath, come back in and try again. Because that's not what you're going to call this fucking sandwich. You stupid ass. And also put something unique on it, like honey barbecue Fritos.
Right.
Is this so fucking hard?
If you owned a sandwich shop, wouldn't you have like some crazy sauces?
Wouldn't you have fun? Have fun with it. Have fun with it. They're sandwiches, motherfucker.
Don't do like a bacon and turkey sub. Like we
TBA.
Get that wherever
turkey,
we want.
Bacon, avocado. Oh, that's all you got?
So do that anywhere.
Super basic fucking sandwich with the most basic name ever, and I'm supposed to give you money for that? No. Give me Shane. Give me my wife kicked me out. Give me Peruvian gold sauce. Or don't even fucking open a sub shop.
We have a couple kudos in the comments here. Patrick, he posted on our Discord his birthday dinner. They went to a fine dining vegan restaurant called Maiden. Honestly, he posted the pictures. Everything looked like a fine dining restaurant. Like, it looked so good. Presentation amazing. I don't even know what most of the food was, but it looked fantastic. Abby says, Final Destination.
The new Final Destinations movie is apparently the best received one, the best reviewed one, and people fucking love it.
I know. Now I kind of want to see
all the other ones because they're all connected. There's a Final Destinations like connected cinematic universe.
Is there really?
Yes, they're all connected.
I don't want to watch them all. That sounds really bleak. That's not like a fun watch, like watching Fast and Furious.
No.
It is just
You're
like
just watching people's like heads pop and things crush them. Yeah, the new Final Destination movie came out like a month ago or something like that. And I keep reading about it, and I'm like, I kind of want to see some of those kills.
I kind of want to see it too.
I honestly, it may be Jenna and I when we hit October. That may be like what we do is get through every final. I showed her the trailer for just the second one because the trailer for the second one was just the scene. Remember the scene with the lumber truck?
Yes. Yep. Mm-hmm.
And it's just that scene. And by the end of it, she's like, dude, my heart is beating so hard. I could not watch this fucking movie.
Do you? No, that's.
I don't think I have a partner to watch these movies with.
You always think you know how they're gonna almost die, and then you're not wrong. You're not right. I cannot drive behind the log truck. I can't drive behind one of those trucks without thinking about that stupid movie.
Yeah,
I've seen it once, years ago.
No, I just saw the trailer. It was enough for me. Fuck yeah! Final Destination Bloodlines. Ready for some more horror. Ready for horror month for sure.
Well, you got a little ways.
Top 10. Take it from the top. Top 10. Don't stop.
Top 10s, you guys. This may be our last one. Oh, baby. This is the one everyone wants. This is the one everyone's curious about. This is the one that we might not be able to guess. Many.
You'd be able to guess some.
Peterson's top 10. Oh, how hard was it, dude?
Yeah, okay. I had, let's see, I had 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 is what I ended with my list with. Deleted a couple things, ended with 16.
6 honorable mentions.
I kept moving things around. I was telling JD of my daughter had soccer tryouts today, so I just kind of sit there for an hour and a half. And so I was like, I'm gonna pull this up and review, make some notes on it. That was a mistake. And then I made some more changes. I was moving things. I moved a couple things out of the top 10, a couple things in. So there's a lot of close calls here. So should we get started?
You're going to start at 10, I assume.
Start at 1. My top game.
And then everyone just drops. They're like, yeah, I don't care about the rest of them.
This is not as cool now. Okay. Number 10. I think my bottom few are a little bit surprising, maybe a little not super, but my number 10 is King's Quest, probably King's Quest 6. And let me tell you why.
What?
This was the King's Quest are the games that I started playing video games with. Truly. Playing on a these are like point and click adventure types of games, but I started before they were point and click, when they were just keyboard and you had to type in commands. You had to type in look at waterfall, and it would describe it, and you could
just
see
words on a screen.
No, you could see the image. It wasn't just a text adventure, but it was very hard to tell. It was horrible pixelation. It was green and black screen. My first games that I played, it wasn't even black and white. It was green and black. And King's Quest 6 was one of the later ones that had the actual mouse integrated. So the true point and click puzzle adventure type of game. This one was probably the best of the bunch. There wasn't the first point and click one, but it was the best one. The best puzzles, the best world. But here's how
you'd always get the new one.
Yeah. Okay. No, we always played these, and I've played all of them at least 5 times. We played them constantly.
Dude, the graphics on these are pretty dope, honestly. I could see as a kid getting lost in these,
getting into it.
Yeah,
and you really had to use your brain power because there was no internet. You had to solve your puzzles. I would call my best friend's older brother we called him a Nintendo belly because he was kind of fat. And he would beat every game, but we would call him and be like, Jacob, because he was older than me and my brother play these together, but he was older than both of us. We call him and be like, Jacob, we're on playing King's Quest 4. We need your help. We're stuck here. And he would tell us how to beat it. He was that guy.
That's tight
for every game.
Even
but
Nintendo belly still helped you out. That's cool.
I don't know Nintendo belly.
Nice kid.
I spent almost all my time at his house. I went on family vacations with their family. I was part of their family. So I was allowed to bully the brothers. No, I don't know if you even know this, but my oldest son's name is Graham, and it's named after King's Quest 1 or 2.
What?
The main character is Graham.
How did I not know that? Does Graham know this?
Yeah, he knows that.
Has he played it?
He played the remaster version of it.
No way. If I found out my namesake was a video game, I would have that whole game played, beaten so extensively.
These were important games to me. When I think about my childhood playing video games, this is my brother and I, my older brother, he's about 1.5 years older than me, 2 years older, sitting down trying to figure these games out together. And we did this for hours and hours and hours after school. So it's got to be my top 10. Number 6 is my favorite. King's Quest 6 is my number 10. Number 9 is also an old classic, and this is a Peterson exclusive. I've probably talked about this once or twice. But on the Nintendo, the NES is Willow. First off, Willow is one of my favorite movies of all time. Not everyone agrees with me, but not everyone's right. So Willow is one of the best movies. This is my Zelda. It's a Zelda-like. It looks like it plays exactly like just a Legend of Zelda on the Nintendo Entertainment System. That's what it's like, but it's the Willow story with all the characters. They all show.
Wait, what? It's just called Willow?
Willow, yeah.
For which console?
Nintendo. For Nintendo. This game, I still remember the music for this game. Again, this is my Zelda. I played a little bit of Zelda. I played a lot of Willow. And it plays like Zelda. It's the type of, but it had elements that Zelda didn't have. You collected weapons and spells, and you would equip them to your character. You would equip different spells and different weapons based on what you were trying to do.
Sick.
And it was a good game, and it was hard.
Did it follow the same story?
It follows the story. All the characters are there. You run into the brownies. You run into Mad Mardigan. All of them. They're all there. It is a genuinely good game. My soul broke one time when I told you. Remember Gabe from the Nintendo? It was like he collected retro games.
Utah Retro Gamers.
I told him, I was like, my favorite game on Nintendo, it was called Willow. And he was like, that game sucks. And I was like, you suck, Gabe.
You know what? You suck.
Like, I know this wasn't the best game ever, but like,
this is a crazy pick for your top 10.
I'm telling you, this game is sunk into my soul. This got me into any sort of like, I would say this was my precursor to me getting into like a RPG, like a Fallout type of thing. Because you're running around the world, you're picking up, collecting weapons, and you're equipping a different sword or a wand or your different spells based on what you're trying to do. It's so good. So that's my number 9.
Pretty sick.
And this is when I moved in and out. And out. And eventually I was like, you know what? This is a core experience for me. And this like framed a lot of what I ended up liking for a long time. Number 8, probably not going to be a surprise. It's maybe a surprise that's in my top 10. Mario Tennis 64. I can't.
You fucking love this game.
Here's the thing.
What's
I do. This is
wrong with you. And Mario Tennis.
Let me tell you why.
How is this so imprinted in you?
Let me tell you why. I played this again like 2 months ago with my friends.
What's wrong with you?
And I had just as much fun going back into it as I did back in 1996, sitting there playing this game on an N64. This is the most fun I have ever had playing a sports game with friends. The most fun. It's only fun. You don't even care that much if you're winning or losing. This isn't, and that includes Rocket League.
I was going to say, are you including Rocket League in that?
Yes. This game is truly just fun, and you can't stop once you start. You just keep going with your friends. I absolutely love this game. I'm always down to play it, and that was why it came back into my top 10, because I was looking through some of my honorable mentions, and I was like, you know what? I could go play this game right now, but I don't want to. But if someone's like, do you want to play Mario Tennis 64? I am going to say yes. 1,000%. That's what I want to do. I went over to my friend's house to play board games, and I just wanted to play Mario Tennis. I was like, I don't care about the board games. I want to play Mario Tennis some more. And we did.
Gosh. I feel like you're only here for the zip line. You're only here for Mario Tennis 64.
It's so good. If you guys haven't played it, you're truly missing out. It's a lot of fun to play. Get 4 people and just go, and you're gonna have a good time. I promise you that.
Fucking hilarious. All right, what's number 7?
Number 7. Okay, this was one that moved in and out as well. This moved in and out of my top 10, but for the same for the same reason as Mario Tennis, I put it back in. Now I can't say that anymore.
Yeah, what
I put it in, and I left it in.
Goodness, what top 10 is this?
Into the Breach.
Into
the Breach. This is one of my favorite turn-based games of all time.
Yes, I love that.
This plays like a board game. I have purchased this game 3 times. and that is a sign of me loving this game. It also is one that never gets deleted off of my computer. It's going to be on my computer and on my phone for until the end of time, because it's also one that I jump back into periodically.
So you still play it on your phone. And so that one does play. That's what's so sad is FTL just isn't designed to work on a phone at all.
I know. FTL, if it could work on my phone, I would buy it and play it on my phone.
Oh, I destroy my battery so
fast.
But
I just can't even imagine how it would be any good. You know what I mean? Like, I can't even imagine it.
No,
but Into the Breach is perfect because it is very like, you move this and you're going to do this, and then you're going to move this guy and do this, and then you hit play and it goes. The variety of, they do a good job of like mixing up the variety of like, once you beat all the different mech groupings, then you can mix it up however you want. It's hard. It is very hard to like get all the achievements and unlock all the things, which is a good thing, because once you get the game down, you're like, I can just like, with certain mech groupings, I can just smoke it every time. Like, it's not hard. But there are groupings where you really have to think strategically. And then this game, you can just go in and out of so easily. And then it has those roguelike elements, like your pilots that you get, like things that you're unlocking throughout.
How long is a game if you play it all the way through?
I think you can do it. I think there's an achievement where you try to do it quickly in like 20 minutes. I never got it. But you can do 20, 30 minutes easy.
Dude, that's such a perfect game for that. Oh my god.
It's so great on the phone. Works so great on the phone. Phil, I mean, I knew Phil would agree with me on this because he loves this game so much. 1 to 2 hours, he says, is that's if you go to all 4 islands. You don't have to.
Right.
Anyways, Into the Breach, honestly, and it is the most basic game. It is so easy, so basic to understand. And for some reason, I've never seen a better version of this game. I've played a couple other types of this, and none of them come close. So I love this game, Into the Breach, so much. Okay, number 6. This is going to be both surprising and not surprising. PUBG.
Oh my gosh. Dude, I love your list. Your list is awesome so far. Everyone has been like oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, these are all games that I've spent a lot of time in and talked about. These are not games that show up in anyone else's list.
No, yours is
a very Peterson exclusive list.
Yes.
This is my favorite type of shooter. I started playing PUBG because Chase and I were playing Arma 3 together, and we loved it. And then they were like, PUBG came out, so Chase was like, do you want to play it? And I was like, absolutely, let's do this. And I immediately fell in love with it. I love the looting in it, and I love how intense it feels when you're like trying to sneak around. Like, these firefights would just feel so intense, especially if you're late into the game and like you really don't want to die. You've got good gear. I just like that. There are games like Fortnite where you just don't care if you lose. You know, I played Fortnite with my kids quite a bit, and like, you just die and you're like, yeah, whatever. PUBG's not like that. You would like, it was infuriating to die, and getting kills felt really good. I sunk how much hours did I sink into PUBG, do you think? Let me just check.
500.
PUBG 851 hours.
There we go.
It might be my second most played game on Steam. I just absolutely, and again, it's one that I still have downloaded on my machine, because every now and then I'm like, I kind of want to go play again. Kind of want to play PUBG, but I just can't talk anyone into playing with me. It's my favorite battle royale, and I love the battle royale concept. And this is my favorite one. I've played 5 or 6
of them. Classic.
This is my favorite.
And I remember the intensity of this game because I was out on Arma. I wanted nothing to do with that shit show.
I love it so much.
I fucking hated Arma. But when you got me into this, and we played it a little bit. I dug this one a lot. This was pretty
a good
fun
game.
In the moment, and we had some of, honestly, the craziest moments I can remember, like playing a multiplayer shooter game ever. Playing this game. Yep. I remember one when we got into the only one, I think maybe one of the only chicken dinners I ever got. was when we were in the circle and we were laying in like what was going to be the final circle because it was so small. And we were like, I was like, oh shit, we don't have cover because we had to be in the circle, which is kind of just in some random field. And then a car or a truck that we had left at the top of a hill had just slowly rolled down in front of us and hit this rock and just made perfect cover. And there was a smoke grenade. And then like you ran out and just killed 2 guys. And I just stood there like an idiot. And then we got a chicken dinner. And it was so intense. I remember laying in the grass like, dude, we're fucked. Someone's just gonna grenade us. And then that truck, we just look up, it's just like, it was so fun.
It's a good game, especially in its heyday. Was like just absolutely a blast. I love PUBG. I gotta put it in there. My number 5. This is when it starts to get, I think, less surprising. Slay the Spire. Slay the Spire for me.
Yeah.
This is the first perfect roguelike deck builder, in my opinion. This is the one when you see on the video game subreddit and people are like, I like roguelites. What do you recommend? This is the top answer.
Everyone.
If you haven't played it, you got to play it.
If you played a roguelike, you played Slay the Spire. You have to.
It also has like a really great modding community, which is pretty awesome. I like it when they support mods. Like there's like characters you can add, which this is the only time I've ever downloaded mods on my own without someone else like forcing me to do it. But yeah, this is the prime example for this genre, and it still holds up as the best. This is the gold standard, and it's been that way for years. This is the deck builder game that just for whatever reason, the guy who made it, he just really understands the balance of a deck builder. And then as you go through, you can up the difficulty, and I did that so many times. I love this game. I love it. This is one that I've downloaded so many times, multiple different platforms. I recommend it to everyone who's like, oh, I'm not like a serious gamer. I'm like, try this game out because this is not a serious gamer game. Like you can just play it and,
so
quit.
Satisfying. You know? God, it's so satisfying.
Number 4, again, this is not gonna be surprising, and this has been on another list. Hades. This is where Lynn and I really intersect.
I did not think you'd be this high up on your list, but I guess you did like it a lot.
This game has a very all of these games have a place in my heart. This one has a very special place in my heart. For me, this is peak of this genre. I love the way it plays. And this is all stuff Lynn talked about. I love the art, but the character, the takes on all of these mythological characters is just top notch for me. The characters' designs themselves are amazing. The voice acting, though, really, that is the one thing that made me fall in love with it. The amount of voice lines and voice acting that took place in this game, so fantastic. It's just top notch. You cannot get, it doesn't get better than this almost ever. And it's just tons of replayability because there's a bunch of different weapons and like things to unlock. I beat Hades multiple times. I didn't ever like finish the game because I just bounced over to something else. And a lot of these you'll notice like if it's a game where you can finish, I probably didn't finish it. Even though I love it and it's one of my top 10 games of all time, I probably didn't finish it. And this fits into that. But Hades for me just holds the most special place in my heart. I love it, and I don't even have anything bad to say about it. No nits,
no criticisms.
It's perfect for me. Number 3, RimWorld. Another game.
So many of these games that I know you love. I know you sunk tons of time, but I just wouldn't anticipate this.
This is my number 3.
This again. RimWorld.
This game, I sink a ton of time into this game. Let's see, where am I with this one? And this is another one. This has 454 hours. This is another one that I will never delete off my machine because I periodically go back to it. And when I do, I cannot stop.
And you've never beaten it.
I will play 7 hours in one day, and I can't stop. I think about all the time. I just want to keep going. Again, this falls into one I've never beaten, and I'm totally okay with that because I love it's kind of like a RTS. I like the beginning part of an RTS the most.
Yeah.
And this is kind of like that. I like starting it because then I get like my colony up and going, and like they're just really cruising. I've got like 15 plus people in the colony. I'm really cooking. Like things are easy. That's when I'm start to like, it's fine. Like that's when you're supposed to move. You're supposed to like move and try to go to the end game stuff. And I'm like, nah, I'm good. Like I'll do that again. But also it's so open-ended with story wise. So one stupid thing that I always do is when I get a new person in my colony, I look at their attributes and I really like study it. I'm like, okay, what is this person's attributes and their backstory and all this stuff? And then I think, who in real life do I know does that fit the most? And then I name the person that. So they're like named after real people. And I've got this like story going on in my head. Like, oh, JD is now part of this colony. And like, here's the things he's good at. He's good at farming and all of these types of things. That's like a legit thing that I do, and I love it. Like this is a game I just disappear into.
Can you see yourself randomly, just maybe sheer dumb luck or something, ever actually beating this? Is it
I got close once?
So you've gotten close before, like if you just sunk enough hours into it.
And honestly, I didn't care for it. Like I got that close, and I was like, I don't want to, because it was like one of those things where it was almost like you were starting again. You remember, like, were you playing that when we played Honey, I Shrunk the Kids game? What's that one called?
Grounded.
And when you get up to the upper level, then you like pretty much have to start over, like rebuild your whole stuff. And you were like, I don't want to. And that's when we bounced off. So when you move the colony to the ship that you're supposed to fix up and leave with, you kind of move there with very little, and you're like, I got to rebuild. And I was just like, I'm fine with not doing that. Like, I'm fine just kind of where I'm at. And the wacky stuff you can do. I love RimWorld. I love it. Again, this is a game that holds a very special place in my heart just because it's the best at what it is. Again, you see this come up in like Reddit posts and things like that. What's a game like RimWorld? And everyone's like, well, there's a few other RimWorld likes, but RimWorld's the best one. Number 2, this is not a surprise, Rocket League. This is my most played game on Steam. This is one that I always go back to, probably more often than any other game that I own. I have 1,150 hours in it.
Oh my God.
This is one that I just go back to. Like me and Ryan went and played it the other day. We were like, hey, you want to play a couple rounds? Yeah, we did. We went and played Rocket League one night. A few weeks ago. We just jumped back in. I love it. The first time I played Rocket League was with Chase, and I immediately fell for this game. I was like, this is my jam completely. I'll never delete it off of my machine. It's on the Xbox.
When's the last time you played it?
Yeah, like 2 weeks ago.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like I always go back to Rocket League. This is a normal thing. You
still were like consistently going back. That's awesome.
And we like play less. So we're not like, okay, sometimes we'll like go back and play Rocket League for a couple weeks. And we just and one night we'll be like, you want to go back in? Let's do it. Me and Ryan will go play Rocket League. And I enjoy it every time. I never play Rocket League and I'm like, ugh, this is so frustrating. Like that happens with a lot of other games that I go back to, especially multiplayer games, because I stop. No, everyone else keeps playing and they're just all good and I'm not anymore. That would be like if we went and played League of Legends. Like it would be terrible. It'd be terrible. We would suck. Everyone would hate us. Rocket League that doesn't happen for me. I always have fun when I go back. So that's my number 2. And number 1, can you guess it? You'll be like, oh yeah.
Honestly, I'm like struggling right now.
Okay, that's okay.
It was like you being unable to guess FTL for me.
Oh, that was so stupid. You said it, and I was like, I'm the biggest moron alive.
But hold on, let me. Damn. What is it?
My number 1 game of all time, Mass Effect 2.
I wouldn't have guessed.
I would choose the trilogy.
I would not have guessed that.
I would choose the trilogy if I could pick a game.
That series. Is your number 1 game over Rocket League?
Hands down. Hands down.
crazy.
This is the game when everyone asks me like, "Oh, what's like your favorite game?" Because like people who are non-gamers ask me that when they find out I play video games, and they're expecting me to say Leisure Suit Larry. How dare you, Phil? No, Phil said Leisure Suit Larry in the comments. No, Mass Effect 2 is I always recommend. I'm like, oh, my favorite game series is Mass Effect. The story is so good. But this is one of the only games that's like where you have like build a party system where you got like your party and you have to pick a couple people to go with you on your missions, that sort of thing. This is the only one that I care about them. Like I sit there and think about the decisions. I'm like, okay.
Dude, that's so fucking funny.
And Mass Effect 2 is the one where your party members can die. At the end, there's like this mission. They will die depending on what you do, and there's a bunch of different endings. But I love the story. But not only that, the gameplay for Mass Effect for me is so incredible. I love this game. I love the game. I love the world. This game was built for me. I remember the first time I played Mass Effect 1. I was like obsessed with it. And then when I jumped in and played number 2, I was like, this might be the best game I've ever played. The end is just so intense. The story is just phenomenal. Oh man, Mass Effect 2, absolutely amazing game. This is my number 1, and this is what I tell people when they ask my favorite games of all time. Mass Effect
2. Okay, so let's get into this honorable mentions. Your 6 remaining titles. Quick. I'm so curious about these as well.
Okay, one that went in and out one time was Forza Horizon, and it probably do Forza Horizon 5.
Okay.
These games are darlings. They're just like they're so great. They're pure fun,
right,
from start to finish. There's so much to do.
They're just games.
This is a game, and then they do not skimp. This is one of the only live service games I would say right now that does not skimp on unlockables. If you downloaded Forza Horizon 5 tonight and started playing for 2 hours, you would unlock 15 cars. Like every time I play, I unlock cars. You don't have to buy them. Just like, here you go. Here's some stuff. They just like give you stuff all the time. But there's different race modes you can do, different game modes you can get to. You don't have to do all of it. It does not care. You can just drive around the world if you want to and just like be crazy. So that's Forza Horizon 4. That was in and out. One that I put on there and I just could not take it off, even my honorable mentions, was League of Legends.
I consider that when I was listening to mine, and I was like, should I have brought this up? And I was like, yeah, it was a big part of my gaming life.
Dude, we could say this podcast came about because of League of Legends.
Yeah. All of this did.
Yeah.
Because that's how I hooked up with Chase. That's how all of this happened.
All of us met. And so
maybe it should have been on my
it is. The problem was why it's not in the top 10 is the fall from grace for me.
So huge.
Was so hard.
Yeah.
And the game does hold a special place in my heart because I did have a lot of fun with it. We do sometimes talk about like characters that were so fun. Some of the characters were so fun to play, but the fall from grace was hard. And it became not just like, I'm just over this game, as much as like, I hate this and I hate the company. And like, it became like a negative almost. But when we were playing it hard, this was the only game I played for a long time, for years. One game that I left on there for one reason only. I don't even know what it's called. It's called the DJ game. In my head, it was an arcade game, and I've maybe talked about this once.
You weren't able to find it, like Googling it?
I could probably find it. I just didn't because in my head I called it the DJ game. Me and my buddy Matt, we found this DJ arcade game. It was like a rhythm game. And it was at the arcade at a laser tag place. We would just go there and play the DJ game, and I left this on there because we did this for a solid year. This is the single game besides blackjack that I have spent the most money on. Hands down. We would go in and drop $80 and we just play it for hours.
What?
At this arcade.
Dude, that is fucking amazing.
And I still remember some of the songs. It was so fun. I had to leave it in there just because I have spent hundreds of dollars on this.
You got to find that. You got to post that arcade cabinet in the Discord.
Return to Zork. This was another point and click adventure game that this held a special place in my heart for more sentimental reasons. I played a ton of it. I played it multiple times. But again, this was one my brother and I would play together. And we played, I remember we were playing it like truly, honestly, like we're going to beat this game because we didn't beat it. It was hard. And we were like, we're going to beat this game. And then he got in a major accident in high school, his senior year, where one of his friends died in the car accident. But my brother he was in serious condition, broke his skull. He had a halo on. He broke some of his vertebrae really up high. And the doctors were like, I don't even know how you're alive. That sort of thing. And we were playing this, and at the time. And so I would go visit him at the hospital when he started coming to again. And he would just want me to tell him about the game, like what was going on,
That's
what
so
I
cute.
did. And so this played, and plus I love the game, but it holds a special place in my heart. StarCraft is another one. That's on my honorable mention. This was the first RTS that I really, really loved. Blew my freaking mind. I downloaded it in between my college classes. I would go down. They bring the disc, download it onto the computer.
You talked about this.
Lab, and play.
So
it.
funny.
Yeah, I would do that. I'd have like 2 hours. I'm like, play StarCraft, I guess, in the computer lab. And then the other one that went in and out multiple times was Fallout New Vegas. I love these RPG types of games. I love Fallout. Morrowind was the first one I ever played. Of these open world RPGs. But Fallout New Vegas is the best one of the bunch for me. Just incredible. Plus, I'm from Vegas, so a lot of it is, familiar locations and things like that. But Fallout is my favorite open world RPG world.
Yeah,
my favorite setting, and then New Vegas was my favorite game. So Fallout New Vegas was on there. So that's my top 10. Those are my honorable mentions.
So Undermine didn't make the cut. We were talking about that.
I know.
Curious if that would show up on the mentions.
I thought about it so many times, and actually it was one of the only ones that I erased from the list.
Ooh.
Which is hard because Undermine I do play still.
Yeah,
I have it downloaded and I play it still, and I love it. But I was like, best game of all time, because if I was going to like recommend, and I was like, I don't know if I put it on there, but I love it. Here's the thing. I'm going to play Undermine 2 as well. And maybe it should be. You're making me rethink stuff. Stop.
I'm sorry,
I didn't put it on there. But that is, Undermine is, Undermine is an incredible game. It's so fun. It's so much fun. And it's easy to get into. But yeah, so those are my top 10. Some of them are old, like sentimental types of reasons, and some of them are just games that I can't quit. They're like can
I quit you?
Like that ex-girlfriend that you're just like every now and then you're like, maybe we should call her up.
She sent me a text like a week ago. I never replied. I think now's the time.
I keep thinking about her. Maybe I'll do it.
Might as well. It would be stupid not to. Okay, so that is. I think it's going to be our last top 10. So we're going into listener top 10s for the next, I don't know, foreseeable future. I don't know, come up with another cool series to do with our.
This was a great one. No,
this was so much fun. Thanks, Brandon Sanderson, of all things.
It's always thanks to Brandon Sanderson. Honestly,
all hail Sanderson. He gives us everything. I guess. I don't know. And we were not going to do dice one more week. Jenna hasn't been able to move her neck, but now she's
poor Jenna.
Mutant Year Zero Road to Eden. She'll have a review for us next week.
All right.
And we're gonna have a lot of good shit next week. We have a lot of good stuff to talk about. So tune in like every week. Just do it. All right. To play us out, we've got.
I want you to guess what this is from. It's from one of my top 10 games.
Mass Effect 2. Oh, wait. Is this Mario Tennis 64?
This is the most Mario sounding song of all time.
This makes me think of tennis. All right. Mario Tennis 64. You freak. All right. Well, I'm JD logging off.
And this
Oh,
is Peterson.
wait.
Oh, wait. What?
Everyone that jumped on our YouTube.
Oh.
Abby, Patrick, Phil.
Yeah, we had a
Thanks,
bunch.
guys. Jump on our YouTube. Jump on our Discord. Come join our community. It's awesome.
Can I say it now?
Say that.
This is Peterson going AFK.